David Zimbrano charges purchasing a pistol without a license. Been a long wait for this. At this point, Mr. Zambrano, you wish to continue your plea of not guilty?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and we'll set a final pretrial. You got a payment plan going, I think, on that other traffic stuff. How are you doing on that?
I appreciate it.
Have you made any payments on it?
Yeah, with the first one, it was monthly.
Yeah, the next payment is due actually on the 7th, so I guess later this month. All right, you still have the Mishawaka address?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're good to go. We'll set a pretrial on this. I don't know the facts on this, and I'm not supposed to know too much. This one does require that the gun get forfeited if you're convicted of this, so we'll see where we go. But I'll continue your plea of not guilty and set a last pretrial with your lawyer.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Are you Logan J. Heric?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Thank you for your patience. I guess I tell people this is part of your legal education. You get to sit here and watch other people's cases. You're charged with operating while intoxicated, which you heard is a very common offense. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your driving record and requires that your license be suspended. You're also charged with refusing a preliminary breath test, which carries a $165 fine. Prosecutors agreed to dismiss that breath test charge. Which is going to save you $165. They've also agreed to reduce the charge to impaired driving. This happens a lot. Impaired driving is a lesser included offense of operating while intoxicated. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $300 rather than $500. Carries 4 points on your driving record rather than 6. And most importantly, it allows you to keep a restricted driver's license to drive back and forth in the course of work, treatment, school, other limited purposes. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Truckee, you confirm the plea agreement?
That's correct, Your Honor. Plea to impaired driving and the balance of dismissal.
All right, Mr. Harrick, you've been sitting here patiently while I read the advice of rights a couple of times. To understand, you'll be giving up those rights by entering this plea. There will not be a trial.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Tell everybody, take the test. You'll end up getting your license suspended even if the charge is dismissed. All right, were you driving a car on October 10th at about 1 o'clock in the morning, 131 down near White Pigeon? Oh, you were going to Harder Road and Williams Road out in the deer hitting territory. Where were you going?
I was going back home, sir.
All right, you live in White Pigeon. Where were you coming from?
Friend's house in Alvado.
All right, so you were cutting across Harder Road, headed westbound.
Yes, sir.
That is a real good place to hit a deer. What were you drinking?
Bush Light, sir.
How many?
I don't know, many. Like 5 or 6.
What was the blood alcohol, Mr. Truckee?
It's 0.134, something in that.
All right, that's probably more like 6 or 8, but I appreciate your candor. What do you do, sir? What's your occupation?
Concrete finisher.
Are they still doing any?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Well, now that it's 4 degrees out, that might have terminated your season. I think when it's 30, you can do it, but that's cold work doing that in the wintertime. All right, I'm gonna set this for sentencing. Let's see what kind of baggage you got here. You got no criminal record. You got no driving record. I don't even see very many people like that. So you got a completely clean record and a relatively low blood alcohol. Was there an accident here?
Yes, sir.
There was a single vehicle accident
Oh.
involving an attempt to miss a deer.
I was being facetious, but it is a terrible place. Anyway, there are lots of deer all over our county, but down there, there's lots of rural farmland and woodland. All right, let's see, Mr. Truckee, what you've got. I'm gonna be gone a little bit in January. But for you, oh gosh, I already got a bunch of stuff set that day. Jordan's cases. Gibson. Oh, wait a minute. How about January 5th? Well, that's probably too much for my probation department. No. Let me see, do I have you that day? No, I don't. So let's look at, for you for Wednesday, January 7th.
That should work. The circuit court trial date on the 6th, but I imagine 17th.
All right, let's set that for, if we have to move it, we can. All right, sir, why don't you take this out to the counter? And I'll see you on January 7th. They'll give you some more information about when to come back.
There you go. All right, take care. Call me before the 7th, okay?
Alvarado Asuncion. I didn't say that very well, and I apologize.
It's
Could you say your name for me?
Angelo.
And what's your last name? What's your last name?
Alvarado.
Okay. You have the same sort of plea offer as the last defendant. You're charged with operating while intoxicated. They've also agreed to reduce that to a charge of impaired driving. Did you hear everything I just said to the last gentleman? Well, let me
Yeah,
repeat
somewhat.
it. Impaired driving is better. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $300. Carries 4 points rather than 6, and most importantly, will allow you to keep a restricted driver's license to drive back and forth to work. You understand?
Oh, yes, sir.
And the agreement is they're going to dismiss the operating while intoxicated for a plea to that lesser charge, which sounds like a fair offer. I don't know any of the facts yet. You've heard me also go through the advice of rights several times. You might even be able to recite it back to me. But you understand you're giving those up by entering this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No, Your Honor.
Promise you anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, now, I'm gonna make some guesses here. This occurred on August 15th of 2025 at 6 o'clock in the morning at Broadway near 131. We get a lot of accidents there. Were you staying in one of the hotels near there?
Yes, Your Honor. I was out here for work.
All right, that was my next guess. So you were out here on some sort of work assignment.
Yes.
All right, you're from Saginaw.
Yes.
Took me 3 days to hitchhike from Saginaw. I told you that the last time. So this is very early in the morning near the hotels. Tells me out of town worker, work. So, where were you going?
I was going back to the hotel.
Where had you been?
I was at the at Sam's bar.
All right. That was real early in the morning. Where did you go between Sam's Bar and then?
I was pretty much there all night. We met when I was there. I met the owner and I
Okay,
was drinking with the owner
all right.
till then.
Sam?
Yeah.
Well, the original Sam, Miss Bedford?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
All right.
Yes, sir.
I've
Believe
known
it or
her,
not.
she's known me essentially all my life. She was a friend of my mother's, but I thought she had sold it.
Nope. She's still going.
Well, she can't, she knows better than that. She can get issues, but all right. What were you drinking?
I was drinking some Modelo's and she offered me some shots. I offered her some shots. Yeah.
All right, well, was there an accident?
Nope.
How they happen to pull you over?
I fell asleep at the light.
Wow. That's not a good place to do that. What were you working on? What was your project out here?
We were building the leachate tank for the landfill,
All right,
in Three Rivers.
I think you told me that before.
Yep.
So that's probably a nice paying job.
Oh yeah.
Are you still on that project? You're on something
No,
else?
we finished it a bit in Bay City, and after Bay City, I'll be in South Carolina the beginning of next year.
All right, well, let's get this done. January 7th, I've got Mr. Truckee set to be here. Can you be here that day?
I actually leave for South Carolina the 5th.
All right, well, let's see what we can do before you. Depart. Not a lot of time left in December.
I will be there for 2 full weeks, and then I will come back for a week off.
Mr. Truckee, you're set to be here on the 15th. I think maybe I can cram this in there.
During last pre-trials.
No, you're set for sentencing Monday, December 15th
Oh,
at
December.
11.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I have a 10:30 with you on 15.
Yes, I'll set this for 10:30. We'll set it for 11.
I have a hearing, cast Zoom hearing at 11, but the 10:30 shouldn't take long.
All right, well, let's do our best.
So,
Appreciate it.
All right, you take this out to the counter.
Yeah.
I think your license is still valid. Don't do any more dumb stuff before I see you
Sure won't.
on the 15th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're good to go.
All right, Jake, take care. Well, to the 15th.
Yeah.
Somebody will be in contact with you, so make sure to answer any calls this April
Definitely.
269.
All right, Ross, let's keep plugging away here. All of Mr. George's cases got adjourned. I think there were 6 or 7 of them. And some others also got adjourned. So we would have even more folks here, but we're doing all right. I appreciate everybody's patience.